Hello and good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer friends, family, and colleagues alike. Welcome to the delayed yet highly anticipated Speed Gaming Live 2023 finals match between some of our good friends here. Serisan on the left, LordFizzlebeef on the right. My name is Luffy, joined in the booth by my good friends Danny and Darkman. How you guys doing tonight?
Hey, it's good times in here.
Yeah.
Danny on tracking, myself co-coms with you. Looking forward to this. This is much anticipated. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it on Sunday just because of an unlucky food poisoning incident. But, you know, Speed Gaming was way understandable. We've delayed just a little. We're good to go now. And this is going to be fun because these are two really good runners.
Yes, both of them ceremoniously dismissed me from the tournament one by one. So now I get to sit here and watch them race and laugh at the chaos that our, lovely Danny has rolled for them. Because the question in chat, who rolled the seed? That'd be Danny.
So I know they were complaining because they got Thief Rainbow as their party from the draft. Primarily they were complaining because the fighter and the black belt were unusable. But I gotta tell you, in the last couple years, and especially in this tournament, Thief is viable. I don't know what they were complaining about. Thief is a great character.
Thief can be a really solid carry. It depends, is really what it is. They don't get the HP growth that the fighter gets. They don't get the power that the black belt gets, but they're very well rounded and balanced over the last few years. You are correct.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where, for the showcase that we did on Sunday, Fizzle and I played Triple Thief Black Mage as a quote-unquote junk party, but I was at my most comfortable with that. Like, that is a party I would just play in these flags. So good.
Yeah. So we drop the gate soon on the runners, but let me hammer out these blessings real quick. So this was a draft. Fizzle let us off Black Mage. Black Mage plus 10 luck, plus 20 HP, no ribbons, no big deal. Serisan counters with the Thief that has teleport magic, equipping shields, and can't use rings or Cheerios. So no armor really until we get promotion, but that's fine. Serisan then came in with a White Mage, no surprise, plus 20 Vitality, plus 20 M-Def, so pretty good. Minus 4 max MP is a little bit of a bummer, but we're not taking them specifically for their damage anyway. Fizzle then rounded us out with a Red Mage. Red Mage has legendary weapons, resist earth, death, and poison at the expense of no fast.
One, melee red-black is a classic Fizzle party. I think, having been in the community for 4 years, we can say that at this point, that's just something that he plays. And especially with a White Mage included, he's just going to let that die and run 3-man the whole time. We've got Harm 4, which, Fizzle may not want to let his... He's going to let his White Mage die, let's just be honest. But it's also our only AoE right now. So, some things to know about these flags for everyone watching. White Mage has Harm all on, which means that, unlike Red Mage or anyone else that could learn Harm, White Mage can damage everything with Harm, not just the undead. That's important. Now, the reason why we didn't care if the Black Mage has ribbons or not is because we have Short Topher on. That's our tiniest version of the endgame dungeon. So, survivability is not a big deal. You might want a White Mage or a Red Mage for survivability and a long Topher, but when it comes to Short Topher, who cares? We're just going to cruise through this as fast as we can.
Yeah, for sure. And you see the runners opening these boxes here, looking for some early cash. We're also playing a 2 loose flag set, so there are 2 items somewhere out here in the world. That's a lot of XP early.
That was close to 1,200, maybe even over. I'm not going to do math on Twitch, but 1,200 this early in the game. That's what, level 7?
I think that's level 7 or 8 right there. It's about 12,000 XP. That's wild.
Huge.
Wow.
Huge. We're getting our early tempers off. Early temper is really nice. Like, I don't want to dismiss the black magic we had. The black magic we had for level 1 is nice because it's basically temper. But the Harm 4 was what we really wanted for some, like, and punch down with a two damage.
Garland with a glare there on Fizzle's side, though. Garland not playing nice here against Fizzle.
Maybe. But I don't think he's sad that his White Mage is dead.
We're going punch.
We're going punch. Now, can we get turn order? No. That's a reset.
Yeah.
That's a minute time loss right there. Slab here for about 6k in an area. It's nice to see it this early. You can plan around it. 6k is not that hard to get early game. I think we'll probably see both players like run through and get that pretty early on just to have it in there because it's EXP bonus per key item, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, so having that early and get that little extra bit of experience, every little bit helps.
Sure does. Yeah, Serisan checking the chest in Matoya. There's
It's not
2,500.
Her retirement fund was looking a little lacking there. She needed to get some more stonks, you know?
Yeah, agreed. TNT and Bottle from the Royals. TNT's fine. We can turn that in early enough. Bottle, kind of useless till we get the airship, but it's there.
Yeah, the problem with having both Bottle and Slab this early is that we can't do anything with them until we get in the air. With that said, the likelihood is a much earlier airship, because when you get those items this early and you need an airship for it, the game generally is like, you'll get the airship soon, don't worry about it.
Yeah, would not be surprised to see a floater like very early on here, maybe in like
very
a cave or something, or from Sarda.
Yeah. Floater and canoe early enough that you can turn them in and start floating around the world, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see Fizzle is at least a minute and a half behind because of that bad Garland fight. Not his fault. Sometimes the game is just like that.
Yeah. Decently reasonable cabins there. That's fine.
Not so reasonable heals. You like to see them lower than that, just because you're going to be buying a lot of them, but what are you going to do?
Always feels a little strange when pures are at least lower expensive than heals. It feels weird.
Fizzle keeping the money from Matoya's to retirement fund.
It's fine. A little bit of money never hurts.
It's about 2,500. I mean, it's not bad. I don't know that I would have kept it, but it's not bad. Heal 3, Cure 3 in the White Magic Shop, and we've got...
there we go.
Ice 3 Nuke. Okay, so this is something we talked about when I was commenting with Fizzle at SGL for, I think, your match against Serisan, in fact. Nuke and Ice 3 were on the same level there as well. And that's one of those few instances where I'd buy both at the same level. Simply because of the fact that when you cast it against something that's actually weak to Ice, Ice has a higher damage threshold than Nuke. Now, there's not very many instances where that happens. We're mostly talking about waters and some fire beasts. But it is nice to have both. And if they're on the same level, you know, Nuke for everything except those things, and you're good.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. They're the two strongest AoE spells in the game. Ice 3 rolls a higher damage threshold than Nuke even. So it's possible for Ice 3 to outroll Nuke, and is not uncommon.
The nice thing about Nuke is that it's non-elemental, so nothing can resist it, quote-unquote. They'll always get a chance at a saving throw, but it's not like the quarter damage saving throw. It'll only be a half damage saving throw, because they don't resist it. But Ice can be resisted, but that also means some things are weak to it. So you gotta play the balance game. Now, we're gonna see here with Serisan. He's got the TNT, he's doing the TNT. Normally you're like, oh man, I have to walk this back out after. He's got teleport magic, he doesn't care. Oh, well...
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's still faster to teleport and then walk in and out. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Lazy dwarves. Apparently, the two dwarves are having a bit of a tiff.
Oh, and you see the chuckle with the early loot as well. I mean, this is going to be interesting. I think we're going to see some pretty serious divergence pretty soon. This seed is saying, hey, you want to go somewhere? Guess what? You're going to be wrong no matter what you guess.
Pretty sure there's really only two options of what we're going to see here. We're going to see the ship, or we're going to see the canoe out of Marsh, because it's the only place left that we can go. And I mean, you can get a fetch quest item, like a crown or something. But in the end, it's going to lead to canoe, or it's going to lead to ship, because those are the only two things that are getting us out of this Circle C right now.
Still possible we got a loose item in here as well, which
that is true.
Quite funny. Quite funny. We'll see.
I always forget the loose, even when I'm playing the flag sets. I'm like, oh, right, loose. I hate this. I hate gambling, and I always gamble wrong in these flag sets. I just always do.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I mean, you know what? That's fine. We got temper level 1. It's okay.
Yeah. I don't know. You want the crit? Katana has really good crit. There's our first loose key, so there's more options now. But no, Katana -2 is fine. It's really nice to have that early, because we've just sealed up our endgame weapons. Yep. Just saying. Don't care anymore. I know he can't wear any armor, so we definitely want a tail, and we want a piece of armor that the thief can wear, but as soon as we get those two things under our belt, like find where iron armor or something is at so that we can buy it for him later as long as it's not a negative, I'd be fine with not checking boxes the second that we are actually, like, done with our loose, you know?
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. And that's something that's important in this flag set. When you have two loose like this, you want to make sure you have, like, your end game plan in mind early, because the second you have even effective go mode, which means you know where both loose are, you gotta hustle. You just gotta hustle.
So let's see. Serisan gonna check the boxes down here too. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes plus the incentive item. Hey, okay.
Oh, well, that's our second loose, both in Marsh. So, what I was saying about fetch quests, we still have one more item in here to do, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a turn-in item. It could be the Vorpal Sword or a ribbon or something. We already have one item that's going to lead to another item with the key.
Right. Sure. Okay. Well,
okay.
That'll help.
I did say.
That'll help.
Excuse me. I did say, though.
You did.
Ship or canoe. Now, you still want to go check Canaria, but you check it from Elf Plane now. Faster to do that by water with the speedboat on than it is by land. Yeah. More direct, too. We could get into the fine nuances of movement and direction and everything else to make the seeds as fast as possible. We could be here all day. That's actually something that you specialize in when you help Serisan, who's playing right now, with the Duckling program.
Yeah, very exciting stuff. Serisan and I, and he gets a lot of credit. He puts in a lot of work, and I'm there to kind of help him along as much as I can.
Yep.
But we definitely try to show our newer runners some of the more finer points of the randomizer, kind of teach you how to play, really show you kind of like what this is all about, how to make it work for you. And he's got some really good stuff in there. We have the next boot camp and derby coming up next year, so it's a very exciting time for us.
It's a great program. If you watch this and have any interest in playing Final Fantasy Randomizer, Fast and Bane, I'd take both those.
Oh yeah.
We play it at a very high level at this point because we've been playing it for years and years. But if you go through the Duckling program, pretty much all but guarantee you with Life here at White that you'll get to that high level pretty quick. We had 2 Ducklings, Kumo and Oslodo, I believe, who you can correct me if I'm wrong with the names. I'm terrible with names. Wall, Life 2. They played in the SGL online tournament, and they got 3rd and 4th place after being Ducklings in the Duckling program this last spring. So we're very good at training people to play better than we do.
Yeah, that's kind of the moniker, you know. We'll teach you how to beat us. Is kind of what we try to do.
That's the goal. We want you better than we are, especially because you've got a new mindset, and maybe you'll think of stuff we don't, so we can steal it from you.
Tents are more expensive than cabins. That's cute.
Hilarious.
That's cute. Just with that look at the cube, really?
Really? But again, you got your loose out of the way. You can now start planning your end game. I like that. This is my sweet spot. When we did the showcase on Sunday, the loose were at Matoya and Dwarf Cave, and from that point forward, I'm like, okay, let's just find a weapon, and then I don't care anymore, you know? So, and Red Mage has legendary swords. Good on Serisan to remember that. So he can use the katana. Serisan Canaria.
No, let him go. Let him go. All right, I'm curious what he's going to do here.
It's fine.
There we go.
He remembered. Now, if it's Vorpal Sword or something, he might be sitting there going, really?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
I mean, you know what? The Vorpal's fine. You slap that on the Red Mage, put the katana back on the Thief when you promote. Whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Alright, Fizzle going to do the counterclockwise tour to Elfland here. Going to pick up their magic. Serisan going to check out the boxes here in the Canaria closet. 6 chests. We're only going to probably open 1, maybe 3. I don't see opening all of them.
Now, one thing I will note is that when we actually are in the air, and as soon as we find the tail, I wouldn't be surprised to see the players start really thinking about finding a grind if they aren't comfortable. +3, there you go. Yeah, you can see his nod right there. Woo!
Yeah.
Think about grabbing a grind. Now, it depends on how comfortable you are with thieves and how much you like a walking grind over not. Fizzle in our showcase went for a grind because he found the eye early and went to 35, 36, and then was 37 at endgame for the thief. I didn't. I don't know how likely Serisan is to grind, but it's one of those things where if you feel like you're faster just doing a walking grind, picking up some fights, and going in lower level, then that's the Topher. We're 11 minutes in, 12 minutes in, and you already have to start thinking about what your Topher dive is going to be like. That's where we're at right now.
Serisan picking up their slab, turning it in, translating to Dr. Un.
If you're new, I suggest you write down that you did your slab turn-in. One of my races in this tournament, I was staring at my items going, what did I forget? Why am I lacking a turn-in? And I translated my slab and then forgot it. So
yeah, but some of the little funky finer points of this game here, like when you translate the slab, it leaves your inventory even though it is still there.
Still technically there, translated.
Yeah, it's when you pop the bottle to let the fairy out, the bottle disappears, but the fairy's there. You got to remember you did that,
Yep, no, you got to do things like that. Like, it's one reason why we won't do the bottle open if we can help it until we're in Gaia to do the bottle turn-in for the fairy. But because slab is a two-step process, sometimes you just translate it early because you're there and you don't want to come back to Melman.
Yeah, definitely want to do your one stop at Melman if you can help it. Go there, translate, buy your magic if need be at the time, and never come back.
There's Titan's food, so he's got to go back, and he's not happy about that. I will also point out he didn't buy level 6 magic. I expect to see Fizzle buy level 6 magic. I also don't think Serisan bought level 5 magic, and that's because if you look at what we have, we've got both lives. We've got a curative spell that's pretty good. Nuke, Ice 3, Temper, and Fast. As far as Ceres is concerned, and he thinks the way I do on this, his magic shopping is done. Yep. He's good.
We got Cure 3 and Heal 3, even if we wanted to use that. Like, we got a lot of utility. What do we want? Fade and Cure 4? We're talking about luxuries at this point. We don't really need them. Plus, we're kind of short on cash. Both runners got about 4K. You're not doing much shopping at level 5 and 6 magic with that scratch.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's a luxury, as you said. We don't really need it. And when you're talking about, like, already got 2 mages with a nuke, and we're looking at a short Topher, like, who cares?
Yeah. And even the white mage has level 1 harm 4, which is the poor man's fade. So, I mean, it is what it is.
In the white mage's hands, it's still pretty good. So I think we're done. I'd be done. I'm not surprised Serisan is done. I'm curious to see whether or not Fizzle is done. The herb for a turn-in. Thanks, Sarda. You're so great. Yeah,
here, take this 2,000-year-old cup of tea and go wake up the elf prince. Okay, sure.
I also think that Fizzle is actually catching up just a little. He didn't do the slab translation, so he'll lose like 15 seconds there when he does that. But like you can see, he was about a minute and a half behind, and he's maybe 45 seconds now. So good play there.
Yeah.
So while we're watching Fizzle do this thing, and we're seeing Serisan going in for the herb, anything else we want to mention about the Final Fantasy Randomizer community?
We have our winter marathon coming up in a couple weeks. Is that correct?
We do. That is correct. It'll be December 8th through the 10th. We're actually going to be putting out the schedule this Friday for that Randomizer marathon. It's not all just Final Fantasy. There are other games in there. Probably Chrysalis and Tunic. I remember those have been submitted. Mega Man 2, Mega Man X. There's a lot of randomizers out here, and we try and share that with everyone. Did he just reset? What was the herb?
He did. He giggled and laughed at the crystal. It was the crystal, and then he reset, I think, by accident. So we gotta go back and do that. But it's okay. We're gonna do it from the inside of the sea this time. So
that would surprise me. Yeah, I think that was tactical, because he was on the outside, he'd have to swing around. This way he doesn't have to swing around. That's smart. That's smart.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good play right there. I thought it might have been a mistake, but the more I think about it, I think that was absolutely intentional.
If he'd saved a little closer to Melmond, I think it would have been a time save. I think it's going to just be a wash here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, I like the thought, and it's good training. Like, a wash is still acceptable, and then this way, you're programmed to think about that in the future.
Yeah, and if it makes you feel better about it, go for it.
Oh, yeah,
Fizzle about to do the same thing here. Going to the outside dock, I mean.
Yeah, well, if it's like canoe or something else, it's the right play. Because then you'd go to Ordeals, because you always bet on Ordeals.
Yep, and here we go. Disappointment in 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
There it is. I love having camps, so we can see their disappointment.
That's so good.
It's so great.
Oh, boy. Okay, and reverse order of Matoya getting her crystal, and keep going.
Laughing at the reverse order, the fetch quest that never ends.
It's kind of funny though, because like this was always gonna happen with the early slab and the early bottle. Like this was gonna happen one way or another. It was just how hard was it gonna be, and was the loose gonna troll us? And the loose isn't trolling us. That's true. So keep on fetching, my friends.
We're getting it all out of the way early. I don't hate that.
No, me neither. It'll make it much more streamlined next 30 minutes once they're done with this. I'm going to see Fizzle's reaction here again in a second.
I'm hoping for it. I'm hoping for something good. Come on, Fizzle.
Hey, there's the canoe from the kindly old king. Oh,
Perfect.
It was Astos all along.
So I know you and I are of the same opinion.
Yes.
You have the canoe. You're outside the Circle C. You go to Ordeals.
Yeah, you go to Ordeals. You do not go to Ice Cave here. You go to Ordeals. And you know what? If you're wrong, you live with it. But this is the play.
No.
Ordeals is the play.
Well, I mean, what's the worst that happens? You get the power bonk or the ribbon or the tail. Oh no!
Yeah.
Like you can't turn in the tail yet, but you got it, so you know your end game is getting sealed up. And then you go and do Ice Cave or Waterfall. So let's assume, just for theory crafting, let's assume that Ordeals has nothing that's of value right now. Do you go to Waterfall or do you go to Ice Cave next?
I probably double down on it and I go to Waterfall.
That's what I do too.
I just feel like I'm there. And that river system is so long. It really is.
If you feel, gold's +5. I know the thief can't wear that, but that's lovely for all your mages.
28,000. That'll be easily purchasable once we do our levels and stuff in a little while. We'll have that no problem, and it's conveniently located right there at Canaria.
You're halfway to a skydive. Everything in Sky provides so much money because the meme Sky provides.
Yep.
And Serisan going for Ordeals. I'm not surprised by that at all.
Yep.
My thing is if Ordeals doesn't provide, Fizzle has the harder choice because he really vehemently hates double dipping the Onrak continent where Waterfall is. Oh God!
That Catman or the Tigers or Saber Tigers that have
something in that pack.
Something. Yeah, no. Yeah, we're gonna save now.
Now.
Hey, look, we have Blaze Spiders.
Danny rolled this. You can tell.
Thank you, Danny.
Thanks, Danny.
And all is right with the universe.
If you don't know, Danny is one of our admins, and she's also tracker extraordinaire for our community. She does a lot of the tracking, a lot of the scheduling. She's great. Danny spiders are a meme, not because they just happen once in a while, because they always happen. Oh, look, you've got Blaze, you've got Nuke, you've got... Thanks, spiders.
Yeah. Spiders.
There's only 2 spiders in the whole game, and yet somehow they always roll terribly when Danny rolls.
Yeah. It was the arachnids, I think, that had Blaze this time. But either way, spider.
Arachnids are scary. They're all. Yeah. Honestly, we call them Danny spiders, but specifically the arachnids that I always say be bad.
Yeah. And both our runners here doing the Ordeals play. It is the correct play in our opinion. And Serisan found it. Okay.
No time on that. I think he saw 2 enemy packs and then he was done.
Yeah.
And if you had a sword you could use for the thief, I'd even take that Mudgall a few times. I know they're not great experience, but if you're solo, yeah.
And
you take the grind you got,
too. Yeah, take the Medusas too. This is free XP, probably.
Oh, hell yeah. This is a fight I think everyone agrees with. You just do it because it's 2300, you're low enough level. It's fine. It's fine.
Fizzle with a couple levels on Serisan here. No surprise, with the White Mage being dead since the very beginning of the game.
White shirt +4 is handy for both of them. Even handier for Serisan since he'll probably keep his white mage up, and class change means they can wear that white shirt +4. Better than the gold, don't even have to buy one.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the nice thing about having done commentary for these communities for 4 years now. We kind of know the players well enough to kind of predict how they're doing,
Yeah,
Floater, there we go. See, this is why you and I always play this play.
Yep.
Always. Serisan doesn't check the tile. I don't blame him. He's not high enough level that I'd really want to risk it.
Yeah, not at the front of the floater right away, too. You want to go and do other things now. Do your turn-ins, kind of have an idea if Ice Cave or Waterfall is on the table next.
And there's a good chance Tail is going to be one of the next things we find.
Yeah.
And then if you do that before you go to Lefane and you can promote, then, you can go buy all your spells at the Lefane Superstore, which is a flag we have on, and you're feeling great. Yeah, no.
Fizzle was gonna warp out of there and then decided to take a peek at the tile and just a couple of undead, nothing really important.
Nothing's not great. Not anything I'd take. If it's like a 9-pack, you kill it once and then you exit, but yeah.
Alright, let me see. This feels like Chime to me for some reason. I don't know why.
I can see that.
I'm just feeling Chime here.
This flag set really likes early Sky.
Bonk's
Bonk.
fine. Did notice that level 3 black had Saber, and thank you to Danny for putting that in the notes for us as well.
Nice.
So if we did not find that bonk, the ninja would have had some ability to buff itself. So there was also that.
I don't think we worry about it now.
Nope, not anymore. We got Temper and Saber. We got Saber for days now.
I know we've got a Vorpal plus a Katana. You gotta be real desperate to try and use the Red Mage in melee.
Yeah, not with the Vorpal plus 3. You put that on the Thief, and you're doing lots and lots of damage.
Yep.
There's the chime.
Hey, look at you. You were right. So early Sky. That's you either go Waterfall or you do Sky, but you're right here, so you do Sky and you get your levels while you're at it.
You have an item there for sure. Again, it could be, the ribbon. It could be the ruse stick. I think is also maybe incentivized. There's 3 pieces of gear, I think. So it could be. Ooh, steak.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is one of the best fights in the game for experience. Oh no, you've dazzled my thief. We will just kill you anyway. One of the best fights in the game for experience, and you absolutely want to take this. Oh god. Well, we got one of them to survive. Is this
the resistance of the Red Mage resisting Earth right there? Certainly helps. Okay, Fizzle doing the ice cave thing.
Oh,
he's got trance too.
This is bad. I think he's going to be redoing that Lefane walk.
Yikes. Well, it's
okay. Well, the back half.
Yeah.
You hate to see the T-Rexes be that powerful and with that many spells.
Yeah, they tend to roll up. They got a bajillion HP sometimes, and they hit very, very, very hard.
Yep. So Fizzle, as I predicted, went and did Ice Cave because he much prefers Ice Cave.
Oh,
there's our rod. There's another item on the table.
Required Ice Cave here. All right.
Yeah, because there's a item at Earth Cave behind the rod, randomly in the 8 chests behind the rod, but it is guaranteed to be there. So whatever that item may be.
I think we might see the divergence here now. Serisan not gonna go and do Sky yet.
Maybe he just want more. Wanted houses. Waterfall.
Where are those pro? That's got to be Gaia. Waterfall makes sense to me. This is a 50-50, I think, for him. Is the the tail here was a tail in Waterfall. I mean, he's really hoping the tail is not in Sky. He probably wants to promote before he goes there.
I guess my only concern is if I was in his position right there at Sky, I do Sky first. Because what if Sky has Oxyale and you only have to dip this dungeon or this continent once?
Yeah, I mean it's it's a play, and it's definitely it's the finals here. You know who your opponent is. You can't make too many mistakes against Fizzle, if any. So Serisan, he's trying to differentiate, and I kind of like it, but we'll see how this works out. Is what we'll see.
I did an early Waterfall play against Fizzle because I know he won't go there if he can help it. I get it, but you got options on the table before you have to go to on-rack and double dip it. This feels odd. I'm not saying it's the wrong play. It just feels odd.
It feels risky. If this is a ribbon, then it's gonna feel kind of bad.
Yeah, I mean you'll like the ribbon.
You will.
But
you'll keep it. But if this is tail or Oxio, this is everything. So we're about to find out.
Yep. Avoid that. Iron -5. We want better armor than that.
Alright, survey says. Yep.
Ribbo!
Okay. Well, we're gonna keep that.
Yeah. What was the next last time? That wasn't a defense, was it?
No.
Dragon -2, I think, maybe?
Dragon armor -2, and then something else was there that's not important.
Yep.
Yeah, Fizzle going right to Sky. This is the play that I think is correct, probably?
Yeah, it's the one I would do. Even before, as I said, even before we knew Ribbon was here, this is the one I would have done. Just because, follow your items. It's the rule of pretty much every randomizer that I've ever watched or played. Follow your items.
So we do have an incentive item here in Sky. So we got to go through the Q block up onto the floating fortress to find the item, and it is loose somewhere on those 3 floors. And if anything has told us anything over this week of playing, it's going to be on Spider Floor, probably the last chest we look at.
Yeah, because I think you and I have similar browsing. We'll do first floor, we'll do third floor, because third floor has the density.
Yeah.
And then maybe we go to 2.
Yeah, I might, depending on how I feel, do one side of floor 2 as I'm going down, but I certainly will not do the entire floor 2 before going to floor 3. Never will.
I like to save floor 2 for last and do it counterclockwise after I've done 3.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So, right now, runners essentially holding hands here, but Fizzle does have that quick little ice dive on Serisan with that rod. So I feel like Fizzle's in a really good spot here.
Yeah, so even though he looks like he's behind, he's not really behind, and actually, he's catching up. He's ahead right now, in Sky no less, because he didn't go and do Waterfall, and he'll probably do Waterfall if he's looking for that ribbon. But if he finds a ribbon here and he figures out ribbon is in Waterfall, I doubt he does it at all.
Yeah, then there's another ribbon.
There's a ribbon, so yeah, we're good on that.
We're not doing Waterfall.
We're not doing Waterfall, not if we can help it.
Nope. So 2 ribbons for Serisan, those got to feel pretty good. And you have your red mage who resists earth, death, and poison. So that's some pretty good stuff right there. You got a ribbon for the thief and a ribbon for the white mage. Black mage, you know, throw your fast, throw your temper, and we hardly knew you.
Fizzle about to get his ribbon. They're doing these chests in different orders, so they're pretty much keeping it up neck and neck.
Yeah, muhas.
There's that ribbon.
There's some RoboCop talk going on in the chat right now. I'm a big fan of that movie.
How'd it come up? I'm curious.
We got Entroper Zero calling the T-Rex the T-Mech, and then that led to some talk.
Yeah. There is a new RoboCop game out, so...
Interesting.
Haven't played it, but I know it exists.
The thief is still just slapping with his best hands.
What else are you gonna do, you know?
Yeah, maybe give him the dragon sword, maybe?
I think dragon was negative, wasn't it?
Is it better than your fists? I'm not really sure.
Not sure at that point. Not in the hands of a low-level thief. Might be for Tia. Might be good enough for Tia. Because the bonus damage off the dragon sword doesn't scale down with the negatives. It's still plus 30 no matter what.
Right.
So at that point, you put a fast and a couple tempers on the thief, and he'd actually be able to do damage against the dragon, the Dagron.
Yeah, Pro Ring -5 definitely feels a little bad.
Bane sword. Bane swords ready.
Yeah, I mean, would you call that like, you know, a very deeply French vanilla Bane sword with where that was?
Fizzle a little confused by that tale, but accepting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's French vanilla Bane sword. The other nice thing about it, having that here, is that Tiamat is weak to poison. So it's only a 16% chance to land, but you have infinite cast of that, so as long as you can keep your party up, that Bane sword is technically all you need to kill Tia.
Yeah, that'll work. That will do the job.
And it'll kill Kraken as well. It's just surviving against Kraken is the dicey experience on the best of situations. Rock Galls are nice because they usually roll low on health and roll high on experience.
7,000 right there. Pretty good.
7,000 with all 4 party members up, no less. That's huge.
Medusas have frost. It's a little inconvenient, but not a big deal. Oh no, Serisan. Oh, the tail is in the shirt room. He's gonna miss that for a little bit.
He's doing the path that you were talking about.
Yeah, this is the path I would do. Yeah.
The path close to the path I'd do. I would already have 3rd floor done, and then that would be the first room I'd check. But yeah, no, I'm with you on this. We'd skip it for now.
Yeah, I definitely would. Fizzle checking that box, he would absolutely have gotten that before me.
Well, it's the school of thought about how you explore it, and there's a lot of the 4 or 5 year players that will check 2 before 3.
Right.
I think the meta has changed for the newer players to do 3 before 2 just because of chest density.
Yeah.
Oh no, my red mage is dead. Whatever will I do? Oh my god, Manticores have no health.
Yeah, they're pretty lucrative for an XP too. Pack of 4, they're giving over 5,000 to 3 party members. That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's a great fight to see right there. I would absolutely love that.
Alright, well, at least Serisan's going to get it in a couple more treasure chests because he's going to warp back again, and then he'll probably check the shirt room before going up to the top of the floor too, but it's fine.
Another 4,000 HP. He's at level 20. He's already approaching his endgame levels just from a sky walking grind. Like, it's nice to see. I think he might have the level advantage over Fizzle at this point, but it's close.
Oh, he is going the wrong way.
Serisan.
Well, you know what? He is not wrong in his thinking of how to path this. This is the route that I would probably take. It's standard. This is just it's a bad luck placement of where that ended up. That's all.
Yep.
And we're about to see it. Yep, he knows.
Yep.
Poison smoke for Fizzle there from that Bane sword you were calling out.
Right? Oh, yeah, they are neck and neck level wise, so that's good. Fizzle's definitely in the lead at this point, but that could change if he decides to go do Waterfall.
Yeah, he's gonna go do Earth or something though, because there's a known item in Earth Cave. We have to do that.
Well, he's gonna class change first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would be surprised if we see him go visit the Superstore or any other magic shops. There's just no reason to at this point.
Nope. Not now. We gotta go fast.
Good bit of a hero run here from Serisan in this part of the encounter table. Full clear on 4 without even seeing an encounter. That was nice. And I think that extended from 3 as well. Like, woo!
Wow, silver bracelets rolled +5 also. That's endgame armor as
That's
it is.
endgame.
Wow.
They're cheap, they're effective, you're good.
Yep.
And here we go for our fight against the dragon. Bane, fast, power bonk. Again, feels bad to have the red mage be our damage dealer, but
a little bit, but I think it'll be okay. We got that Vorpal, it's fine. Hey, we don't need no Vorpal.
Oh, that works. That works too.
Very
and
good.
8k for your red guys. He feels so nice. Fizzle with his red pajama party going through. Getting temper.
That makes sense. Yeah, this is an Earth Cave play. This is also the correct play. You do Earth Cave, then Volcano in this order, and then you decide if you have to do Waterfall based off of what you get in Earth Cave. This is definitely really good, solid routing from Fizzle.
I agree with all of this. It's basically the route I would have taken. He's better at it than I am, but it's the route I would have taken.
I like to think that I would have done this, but I'd still be meandering somewhere, I'm sure.
I'd accidentally reset out of Sky at some point, be like, ah, damn it. Yep. Oh, yep, get away from those arachnids. You might not know there's Blaze, but there's Blaze. We need more spells named after American gladiators in this game.
You're not wrong.
We've got Blaze, Thunder, and Zap. I feel like we need more.
Yeah, he would have known Danny rolled it because he was in the race room. That's a good point, Classic Gamer. But we'll see. I don't think the fear is there yet. Ooh, Serisan doing Volcano first? Or are we rezzing our party at Crescent?
I mean, proximity.
No,
he's going to go do Ice.
Yeah.
Now, if he did Volcano after this, I don't blame him for that, because proximity. You're right here.
Yeah. And he knows he has to come here based off of having done that Waterfall play.
Yep. So here we go for the 5 chests here, 3 at the bottom side of this floor. Gonna see where this key item is at. And what this key item is, which is
99% sure this is the Oxyel.
Yeah, like all but guaranteed. We've got it has to be. We've gotten everything else. We even got the other dud items. Now you can warp on this floor back to the entrance. It's been mapped out to be much faster than walking it. Especially if you end up with an encounter. I always do when I think about it. That was one of those ones that was beaten into my head during my Duckling class.
Yep, same. Alright, Serisan picking up that rod, doing some thoughts in his head, knowing that he only has to do Earth Cave and keep on going. Okay.
There it is, as we said.
Second to last box. That is
Ignores the last box.
But there could have been the multiple
fights in there.
37 minutes, 10-ish seconds, Fizzle and Go mode.
Yeah, and he's got 2 dungeons to do after this one. I would say he's got 3 dungeons, but he's basically done with this one. And this is Lich. It's unlikely to be scary. Unlikely. Oh yeah, now that he can swing a sword, he's doing real well with that.
Oh yeah.
Bye, Lich. Level 21 and 22, you feel good about those. Those are good enough for short Topher.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Vorpal +3, Temper fast, Power Bomb. Yeah, even if you bring the White Mage up as a meat shield, I think you're fine. Hey, speaking of Ice 3 showing value.
This is exactly what we were talking about. One of the few instances where a water creature is actually weak to ice.
Yeah.
It doesn't care about thunder. Water elementals are weak to ice for whatever reason.
Yeah, unlike everything else in Sea Shrine, which is weak to thunder. So go figure.
I feel like that was something the programmers did in just to like psych with players, you know.
I mean, it makes sense. You know, it's a little Easter egg here for everybody. Like, oh, you know, just in case.
Fizzle on his way to Oxyale, while Serisan is on his way to Carry. This will still keep Fizzle 1 crystal ahead.
Yep.
Not that Serisan has made any bad plays, he just made different plays.
Yeah. If that waterfall is Rod and, you know, Ice Cave is that ribbon, this is the other direction right
different.
now. That's kind of the way it goes.
We know exactly what Fizzle would have done, and he wouldn't have played that direction, and Serisan would have gotten the lead. And that's how I kept up with Fizzle, was banking on things that he didn't. You got to do that with some of the experienced players.
God, Kelly, Blaze and Thunder back to back. She's just being rude. A lot of HP on this girl too.
Seriously strong.
Wow.
See, that's the thing. Carrie is scary. We don't give her nearly as much respect as she deserves because she's the second boss of the game. But she has the ability to be, quite frankly, frightening.
Yeah, she really does. Ooh, Serisan, you go solo ninja this Earth Cave because you want levels? I like it. I like it. I can see it.
I've done it. I've done it with Black Belt before. Oh, okay, I'll take the 37 and I'll just go solo the Sky Palace to just get levels in Sky Palace. And comms are yelling at me while I do it, but I do it anyway.
Gershark Wizahag is...
I'm curious why Serisan is checking chests.
He's checking tiles.
This is doable.
Yeah. You gotta swing harder than that. Not
This
bad.
is still doable.
Alright, between 287 and 400, I mean, that's a good, decent swing with the Vorpal. This isn't bad.
I guess he's not comfortable with the low levels, quote-unquote low levels that he has. The unfortunate thing, oh god. He's going to be healing between every round.
10,000 XP is really good
nice.
from a single dragon now.
I'm curious what level he's aiming for. Like, what breakpoint does he want for the Vorpal Sword? So, to explain to everyone else breakpoints.
I got it, yep.
Thank you. Final Fantasy 1 doesn't work on the way of fasting characters the way that other games do in the series. Instead of, like, your turns coming faster and faster due to the active battle meter, here, everyone moves at the same place, as you've seen. They just all take their turns in some random order. And then the faster they get, quote-unquote, the more hits they get on their weapon. So you want more levels on your ninja to get more hits, which means more damage. So he's going to some breakpoint, I assume, and you have the chart up. What's the breakpoint? So
I'm looking here. I don't have the Vorpal sword for the Thief exactly, but Thief with, like, say, the Katana gets their 6 hits at 31. I want to say this dragon is slightly evasive because he's got 4 hits right now. He should have 5 hits on that Vorpal for sure at this point.
He's doing math. Now, also bear in mind, this is a Vorpal +3.
Yeah.
So that lowers the level requirement by 3. Simple math that I actually can remember. Yay.
So even if he needed to be 30, 3 for that 6th hit, he would have that by now.
Meanwhile, Fizzle has finished with Kraken. I was so busy explaining breakpoints I missed that he was fighting Kraken, but Kraken's down. That puts Fizzle 1 crystal from go mode. So we're in a position where Serisan needs the bosses in Topher to be ugly.
Yeah.
Or for Fizzle to decide he needs to go do a grind, and grind right now. So.
Shout out to Al Markin in the chat right there. 5 hits for that Vorpal at 24, 6 hits at 32, 7 hits at 40. So 32.
So he's 32.
It should
he's
be
still
5
going.
hits, and he has that with the with the
I
modifier on that Vorpal.
I see his thinking face. He's aiming for something specific. 33 apparently was the break point.
Yep.
Okay.
Could have also been an HP breakpoint of 500 he was looking for.
Yeah. He was up well above 400, which is the threshold you want to be above because of a nuke. He may have been figuring, I need this plus a little extra for, like, whatever spells Chaos may have. Again, you really have to plan your end game in this game.
Yep.
The nice thing is, and Fizzle and I had this discussion during SGL on camera, the requirements for skill level are different here than they are for, like, Super Metroid or Link to the Past. While we have, like, routing tricks that we have to do in our head and planning and so forth, like, manual dexterity really only comes down to menuing. So if you can read fast and push some directional buttons, you can pick up this game.
Yeah.
It's nice. The threshold bar is lower. Even if you realize that you have to play real fast.
Yeah, the tech that other games uses, like your mock balls in Super Metroid or
fake flippers,
CWJ, fake flippers, icebreaker, all these things that you really need to know to be competitive in these other randos. You don't need to know that here.
Just even like Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer, being able to recognize every level at the start and know exactly your path through that level.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Fizzle done. 4 orbs lit. 44 minutes, 20 seconds. Here we go.
Here we go. He's going to be heading towards Temple of Fiends, and you'll get to see Short Topher if you haven't seen it before. Normally there's, 8, 9, 30 floors, somewhere in there. So, something in that range. But here you're only going to get 1 floor of actual Topher. So.
Yeah, 9 floors, I think. 1, 2, 3, loot plate, 4, 5, 6 lich, 7 carry, 8, 9, 10 floors.
As I said, somewhere between 8 and 30.
All right, 44 minutes, 55 seconds. Fizzle, or 53 seconds, thank you, Danny. Entering Temple of Fiends. We're going to swing, nuke.
Not checking the chests above, doesn't need them, has 2 good weapons, has all of his people alive.
Ooh.
Lich only punching, nice to see.
Opal ring +4 in that other chest there. That's strong armor.
The one thing that Fizzle skipped.
Yep.
I don't think it'll hurt him, but putting the Black Mage up front, because we don't care about him as much as we care about the Ninja, because we have to buff the Ninja. Get all the buffs off.
Ooh.
Nuke!
Kelly leading with nuke. That is a little icky.
Yeah, that delightful face from Fizzle. Although 855 damage, that works.
Yeah.
That's nice to see. Fire 3, not the... Oh, well. Okay, gets the Ninja's a little scary.
Still fine.
Yeah, still fine. There we go.
Okay.
That's 2. Now we need to desperately heal.
Alright, cool. We had life 2. We're okay.
Conserving our heal 3 charges just in case. I agree with this.
Yep.
Like, there's a school of thought that you use your charges first before you start doing heal pots, because heal potting is slower. But this chaos could be real nasty. So, oh look, lead nuclear too.
Wow.
Fizzle is so happy to see that.
Okay.
Everyone survived.
Okay.
Everyone survived.
Alright, buffs came out. Now we're going to heal 3, because to your point, like, heal 3 in battle here will at least get across the whole party and help. Heal 3 in battle much faster than heal potting.
Oh, good, okay. And Fizzle takes a sigh of relief. He's very happy to see that. So far, the spells have been nasty, but the bosses themselves have been fairly manageable.
At this rate, I think T-Mat's going to lead with Swirl. Feels right?
Thunder, Blaze, something. One of her breath weapons.
Or
just
punch
massive
really,
damage.
really hard.
Really hard.
Okay.
Gonna take another round of buff and do fast, because... Ow.
Oof. Okay.
Okay.
Cure 3.
Good,
Okay.
you cure 3. 4 hits for 390. Oh god.
She's
That's not good.
evasive. She's evasive.
That's not good at all.
We're
Gets through.
Though. Okay.
So, he doesn't have the defense sword, he doesn't have the ruse stick, he doesn't have a heal helm.
Okay.
If Chaos has bad spells, I think Fizzle's in for a bad time. Now, that's not to say that he couldn't be fine, but this is definitely scary here.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get some lucky stuff here. So, alright, fast comes out. That's a good start. Oh boy. Okay. Lightning 2 is okay, but that slow 2 is a bit of a problem. Ice 3.
He's still happy.
Okay. Bane. Okay. Swing. 4 hits, 383. Okay.
He didn't re-fast, I will note.
We don't have any more.
Oh, well,
that
that's
was
lovely.
only one, yeah.
Oh, and he is evasive, too.
He is, yeah. Lock 2 would have been pretty useful here.
Ow.
We're getting some crits in, though. Alright, Chaos says no, not this time, but that's okay. We got some good knowledge here about how to do this.
So, that was pretty much the break that Serisan needed, because now he's only maybe... I mean, he's only basically the Kraken fight behind at this point.
Yeah, and his ninja is very strong.
If Fizzle has any bad luck like that again, Serisan technically has the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be very close.
Especially because he has those extra, 10 levels or so?
Yeah, and that white shirt will come in quite useful.
Mm-hmm.
Carry again, obliterating the Black Mage. Do we have set RNG on? What's going on here?
Also want to point out, Serisan still has that white mage up.
Ooh, yeah. Alright.
So, yeah, carry scary, what'd I say?
Yep. Alright, Fizzle trying again. Here we go. Swing, nuke, nuke. Yeah, Kelly don't mess around sometimes.
Fizzle with basically a minute advantage right now, unless Serisan goes and buys pots or other things.
He's gonna need them. He's got 41 heal pots. So a quick stop at Caravan, maybe?
Was that 41 or was that A1?
Oh, it might have been A1.
Looks like A1.
Lich 2 has nuke too. My goodness.
Yeah, nicely and evenly distributed. Everyone has a nuke or a nuclear, and it's just gross.
Yeah, that is 41 heal pots, by the way. So we'll see if that comes into play.
Well, he still has a white mage. Admittedly, white mage is up front, but he still has a white mage. White mage with charges. And now Serisan is in the lead.
Oh boy, this just got spicy.
Oh, and I mean, again, Opal bracelet. Like, so one of the guys gets punched. Now it's Lich who punched, but still, shrugged it off. Didn't even care.
All right, here we go. Nuke, nuke, harm 4. We're going full offense. We're not even going to buff that ninja. Kelly
There's
says
that nuke.
maybe we should have. Everybody survives.
Yep. Barely, but they lived.
Yeah.
Everyone's now spraying out.
Yep, still going full offense. Dueling Kelly's on screen here. Serisan makes it through.
Now, in Serisan's case, burn some of those heals recharges.
Yep. Oh, that's a huge nuke on that Black Mage.
Doesn't heal all the way, doesn't care. Going in for Kraken now. And gonna start using that white shirt, which I fully agree with.
Yep.
Ow.
Oh, boy, that's a big punch by Kraken.
Now, Life 1 in battle is on, so he could try and resurrect.
He could.
And he's trying. And the thing is, technically, those buff spells counted.
Yeah.
Because Final Fantasy doesn't understand. There goes a white mage. Hey, better of the two to die. That's all I'm saying.
She did her job.
Did her job. But yeah, Final Fantasy doesn't understand characters coming back to life because that wasn't a feature of the original game. So spells could still be cast on dead bodies, and technically speaking, they'll still work.
Yep.
If you don't lose your buffs when you're dead, in Final Fantasy 1 because Final Fantasy 1 didn't expect you to ever come back to life in that. Yeah. So, and that's not something we're going to fix because this game is hard enough without us fixing that.
All right, Serisan on Tiamat here. Tiamat leaves with ink this time. Much more kind than the punching bag she was turning into Fizzle.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Full offense. Nuke, swing. Harm 4. 11 hits, 607.
Nice hits.
Good start.
Nice hits.
Big nuke, 304. Second nuke, 159. That's fine. White mage gets detonated.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just fine.
And swing. 340 down goes
big damage.
Okay, and we got life
2 boss lead.
Mage. Here we go.
2 boss lead. Moves the black mage up, moves the white mage up.
Yep.
They're just there for white shirting and healing. And here we go.
All right.
So I questioned the levels. I don't debate that.
Yeah.
They worked out in this instance, and that's the gamble that Serisan made, and so far it's paid off.
It has. Blizzard from Chaos. Did not see that against Fizzle.
No. And actually, considering the damage that it did to the white mage or the red mage and the ninja, it was a really kindly option. It was perfectly fine, thank you.
All right, Temper's coming out. We fasted, we buff. First swing. 7 hits, 400. So with this Chaos, we're going to punch through. We need the crits to work, though.
Yeah, definitely want some more lock.
Slow 2.
Attack
Hits the
down.
red mage.
Yep, don't care. We're fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
We're fine. And we're just going to keep tempering, because we're not getting huge damage, and we know that Fizzle's breathing down our neck.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, thing is, he can survive a couple. Oh my god!
9 hits, 1,800 plus damage. Big swing. This will probably do it. 7 hits, 913. Down goes Chaos. GG's out in chat for Serisan, taking game 1 here from LordFizzlebeef with a... Let me get the race time room back up here real super quick and give you an official time. A race time.gg time of 53:44. GG's game 1 for Serisan.
Yeah, I wanna say that this is probably one of the ugliest Tophers we've seen in this flag set.
Yeah, this is pretty rough. These bosses were not playing nice.
No, Fizzle did the right gamble. You expect to come in low level and you just do it. But it didn't work out in this instance. And Fizzle was forfeited and then went into the chat and shared some rather salty language about this Topher. Fair. Yeah. We are now going to take a 10-minute break. And I've let them know Danny has opened up the next race room, so we're going to reset the episode and we will be back with you guys in 10 minutes after they've had time to breathe and forget the seed and get ready for the next one.
Yep.
So we'll see you guys in a few.